who is it that we're working with? What do they look like? What's the common themes? And then where is that trending? Where are we heading in the verticals that we serve? But not just that, but like the archetypes, the type of organizations, the type of people that we serve.
Yeah, we've always been about reinvesting into our agency and then reinvesting into our customers. So for us, we become experts before we offer it to our clients.
Right.
And when we started, and we really took that level of a vision of how we could do it different and unique, we started with the core competencies of who we are as an agency: brand strategy, production, design, and digital. And as we started to look at really what our clients needed, right, where we, from a creative agency to full service, initially our clients really needed that experience. They needed that touch point, that connecting, that emotional trust, and that emotional connection between their brand and their audience. And then we also said, hey, we really need to measure this. Right? And that was for us really doubling down and bring digital in-house. And when we brought digital in-house, we really said, we have this content that's resonating, but how are we maximizing it? How are we measuring it? We love sitting in that room. We love sitting in that room with both the CEO and the COO, right? And we talk about ROE versus ROI, right? Return on experience versus return on investment. Because we have to show attribution. We have to show how we are really both building that customer journey and building that customer relationship, but bringing it all the way to the revenue cycle.
Right.
So within those core competencies of strategy, production, design, and digital, there's 4 core verticals that we serve. We serve health and wellness. We serve what we call brick and bev and hospitality, which retail falls under that. Very deep, in-depth vertical. We serve D2C and e-com brands, and then we serve tech and startup. And within those verticals, right, where we have started early on in the tech and startup, and then we evolved into health and wellness, and we started adding these verticals. And what we realized is that there's often agencies that focus on a single vertical. And while there's value to that, what we said is, how do we take the value that exists there, but bring in what makes us us and what our clients continue to ask for, which is, can we bring in industry expert and knowledge in a vertical with out-of-industry mentality, with out-of-industry influence?
The fresh ideas.
The fresh ideas.
Right.
So we took that model and we've established account executives that oversee each one of our verticals while retaining our bespoke model of creative. Because there's no greater value than when a health and wellness client is bringing in learns from retail. When a retail client is experiencing what's happening in the D2C and e-com space. And when a tech and startup client is seeing what's happening from some of these other verticals and industries. And what that approach and mentality allows us to do is both really 3 parts. Serve as that blocking and tackling, really the need that our clients of all shapes and sizes have. But then it also allows us to have that innovation, that how are we thinking on behalf of your organization, of your department, of your venture. And then third is that future forward mentality. We spend time as an agency, non-billable time, as an agency, thinking of ways that we can innovate in a future forward mentality for our clients.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's normally what you would expect when you're hiring an agency, is that they're going to be bringing fresh ideas to the table. But normally it's not what happens. A lot of times people either in construction or financial services, they say, let's go to the agency that knows this the best, right? The vertical specific ones. And that's what happens is you just get the same thing. They'll roll the same playbook that they did for the last 6 clients and just bring that to you. So where's the fresh idea? Right? And I think that's a unique perspective, because as I was sitting in the chair as a client, having the opportunity to say, well, hey, we're doing this in hospitality, we're doing this in e-com, we're doing this in startup land. So if you're trying to bring a new vision to life, if you're trying to come in and say, here's where we're going, and start putting, that North Star out there, you're gonna have to have it influenced by other things rather than just the playbook that has worked for you for the last 15 years. And I think that's where a lot of companies die, is that they stick to the same messaging that they've been doing over and over and over again, and there is no influence of new idea, of fresh concepts, and trying some things, and being authentic enough to say, hey, this did not work so well. Yeah. Let's pivot and let's go over here, because whenever you set this up over here, you might start over here, but then it starts to move and shift. But really, if there's that trust and there's that relationship that's there, which that's what I see from the ExperienceFresh team, is that there are long-lasting relationships that have gone a million different ways. And I think that's because the company is growing and we're growing alongside them, right?
Yeah.
And that's a huge distinguishing factor, where normally a lot of agencies that you would go with, they're way up here and you're trying to grow and they don't really care about you, and they'll give you, they'll sell you with the A team, and then the C team comes in and kind of, what is it that we're doing again, right? And they have that experience, instead of where this is, we're growing right alongside of you. We're in this with you. So it's a completely different experience.
That's good. Yeah, we and as you are making that decision, right? Because making that agency decision is a hard decision, right? There's some really talented agencies all over the country. For you as the client side, what does that ideal agency look like? I think it's that. It's pick an agency that's a partner and not a vendor. Pick an agency that wants to grow with you, wants to scale with you, and is able to sit back and be able to say, hey, we tried something and it didn't work. Right? Because you cannot bat 1,000, right? And there's agencies that will go in and guarantee that 3x return, and they'll guarantee those numbers on the scoreboard. And for us, if that's the agency, or if that's the relationship that you're looking for, we're certainly not the right agency for that. But if you're looking for an agency that you can grow with, that's authentic, and it's able to really be that outsourced division of both innovation, both brand, both marketing, and to really support your growth and vision, that's the agency, and that's what ExperienceFresh is.
All right, Brett, thank you so very much. This was awesome. And everybody stay tuned. There's going to be plenty more of these coming out, so make sure to hit the notification bell. We'll see you soon.